and loving each day. Thank you, Victoria.
Thank you. Okay, so last time I was here, we did the baby thing, right? About what the diapers, or maybe we had Princess the Pig had to do with, you know, your business as a pregnant woman or an expectant family. Can you hear me in the back? Okay, Vince. Vince, can you hear me okay? Hello? Can you hear me in the back? Okay, good. So you guys did a great job trying to say with your commercials today, how do we service the baby? Now we do that for a benefit, which is how do we get you guys in groups of people to generate referrals naturally. So what I want to do is this. Everyone's been given a brochure. I want you to put it down. The second. Thank you. We'll refer back to that, you know, because it's important what's on there. First thing I want to remind you of is what the 6 life events are. And this material comes from the book Money on the Table by Dr. Ivan Misner and Lee Abraham. And if we think about the baby is just one of those life events, right? That we talked about. So now you can take out your brochure, but I'm going to control where you go with it. So on the brochure, I want you to flip it to the back, which indicates there's a section that says key life events. I don't know what I did with mine. Okay, thanks. Key life events, and let's just go over what those are. Does anyone remember what the 6 key situations, so I want you to be on this page, what the 6 key situations are. So the first one we all know is the baby, right? The baby, new family, write that down. Okay, what other life events do we have?
Movie.
What's that?
Movie.
Movie and relocation, yep. What was another one?
Death.
I think that's a key life event. We put that, actually, we put that kind of under, and it sounds weird, but we put that under the getting healthy. So it's, trust me, it's a side angle. So we'll say getting healthy. What else? It's a key life event. What comes before the baby? Getting married? Okay. What else? We have 2 more. Go ahead, Dennis.
Graduation?
Nope. Now that it is a key, it's an event, but it's not one of the 6 that we're focused on.
Okay, I give up.
Okay. What about thank you, a real estate situation or a real estate construction? New home, new office, expansion. So that's the 5th event. And then the 6th key event would be a business builder. Somebody who has a business and is building, either having a new business or expanding their current business. Those are our 6 key life events. Now, if you think about what you did for your commercials today, and I just want to see this from a raise of hands, how many of you were really, if we gave you baby referrals every day, you would be so happy because you know how to turn that into money? Right? A couple of you, it's a great referral. Barb, is that a good referral for you as a florist? Absolutely. Now, some of us may say, well, I see, because I've prepared this commercial about how I can make that into, you know, business, but that's not my primary focus, right? Because I could tell you struggled with that. Now, look at myself. I'm human resources. You know, I don't deliver babies. The closest conversation I get to them is, do you have your benefits, and what's going to happen when you go out on leave? That's how I connected my business to babies. So the point I want to make with the life situations is that there is a group of you for every life situation that will say, this is my primary life situation that I can rally my power team members around to produce business. Can you see that? Correct? So some of you, we've covered that with the baby, but others of you, we haven't even nearly, we're still a ways away from what your key situation is. So what you're going to do, not necessarily today, but going into the next time, when I'm not sure if Brian or David's going to be with you in my absence, they're going to actually get you to focus on what are your top 3 life events. If baby's not it, what is your top event? So if I could, Gary, may I do? If we had to say what of those 6 were your top life events, which one would you say?
Certainly the, business, new career, that type of thing. New baby actually isn't too bad.
What, and you do what, Gary?
Computer security. Computer
Okay.
security. So the third one,
Maybe like the Business Builder.
Well, yeah, that would be the first one.
Okay, so I'll stop you right there. So for Gary, it's real clear. His primary life focus situation, life situation would be a business builder. How many of you in the room would tend to say that's my number one thing too? Great. So what you want to do after today is you guys want to start forming teams around that. So you can say every time this happens, how do we make business? How do we hand off to each other? Now there's one thing I want to point out in this flyer. Now if you open it, you can open it now. Oh, before you open it, just a second. On the cover, nothing, new baby. Nothing changes family life more than the arrival of a new baby. I network with a group of local business people who might be of assistance to you and your family. And then you open it, and lo and behold, the next thing says, these businesses are members of my Power Team Business Network. To join my Power Team businesses, make a professional commitment dedicated to providing the highest quality service to their clients. These people are professionals who we have come to know and trust and use ourselves. Now you open it, and what do you see? What would you hope to see? Anybody? Vince, what do you see?
Organization. Organization of references for this person to use at certain times of the event.
Absolutely. Would you want your business listed in this? And handed out every time somebody has a new baby? And the conversation goes something like, if I'm talking to you and you have a new baby or you have one on the way, you get into those baby conversations. Now one thing the book talks about is that the book talks about what's called trigger conversations or trigger questions. And I talked a little bit about this last time, but it's the same. If I'm having a conversation with you, and if you were here last time, you remember I was playing it with Bobby, you know, the person who didn't want to have the baby. But here's what it looks like to have that conversation. A member is pregnant, or somebody's pregnant, you talk about the baby. So when's the baby due? Right? Natural question for any expectant parent. When's the baby due? Next question could be, and it's on here on your sheet, what we call trigger questions. So, besides the baby thing that's going on, what's the biggest challenge in your life? Now, when you ask that sort of a trigger question, it opens it up to all those other things that life offers. Now, I don't know about you, but when I'm sitting in my office or having a conversation with someone over human resources and babies come up, they're not necessarily in line with my products and services. But I can easily make a bridge to what it is I can help them with by a trigger conversation or a trigger question like that. Or it might be the other one that says, so you're getting everything ready for the baby. What else is going on in your life? Or what else is going on in your business right now? And that's where all those other services and opportunities for referrals start popping up. Now, so if you take it, and I was on the conference call on Saturday with the author of the book, just working on some strategies and saying how can we make this, come to life to the members. I got this visualization. It's like you take one of the, I wish I had put it on maybe Rick's big chart, but take the visualization. You have a life event, the baby, plus the trigger questions, right? Plus your products and services. What does that equal? That should equal business for you. But if you're not doing one of those three things, if you're not either asking the questions or you're not promoting your members, in whatever fashion that is, you're not going to get to the, or yourselves, you're not going to get to the end result, which is the business referrals or the money on the table. So that's what I want you to start focusing on. So when you look at this brochure, what do you think as a group you guys can do with this brochure? Anybody, your team, even though you're in your own little power teams, as a chapter, what can you do with this type of brochure? Or do you want to do anything with it? And don't everyone talk at once.
We have Dennis print it up.
So, say that again?
So we could have Dennis print it up for us.
Well, we could. Now, how many of you think that'd be a great idea? It would be though. But is that not true? Could you not all see yourselves inserting your own business situation?
Sure.
Okay? So that's it, and there are these for every power team or for every life event we have. So next time when the director's here, I'll share those with you. But what I want you guys to do is start thinking about how do we systematically refer our power teams for life situations. Now I told the author this, I said, you know, I didn't find myself in 5 of the 6 situations. I found myself in the business builder. But a side conversation I have is that when employers say, gosh, I want to fire somebody, I could do those all day long. Because I know I've got products and services that can help an employer say, what do I do so I don't get sued? You know, or can I help this person? So that's my life situation, and that's why I say I look for those all the time. Now, if I educate you on what I'm looking for, i.e. the new baby, and we have all this stuff, it should be easy to get the referrals. Okay, does that make sense? Okay, so I want to leave you with a couple of things to think about. Can you do that if you take this, Thank you. This is my camera aid to do the videos. So if you did this little brochure, and you customized it with all your businesses for the baby, would you be committed as a group to start having baby conversations with everybody? Could you do that as a group? Do you want to do that as a group? Yeah. So after today, really what it is getting together around those life events and saying, okay, all the baby people, let's talk about how are we going to do this, as well as all the other ones. But the 3 things you really want to think about between now and next time are this. If the baby isn't your #1 life situation, focus on what it is. And get ready for the next time the director is here to work on that and get together as a team. And also start getting really good at asking those trigger questions. Those should be in your back pocket because they will work for any situation. So, you didn't get elected, right? We had elections a couple months ago. So you didn't get elected. Besides election, what's going on in your life? It's you see, it's a great way to segue. So tuck that in your back pocket. Work on getting baby commercials or helping the baby teams, and just start working together around those life events, and you'll start picking up money on the table that you're now leaving. With that, thank you. Have a great rest of your summer, and I'll see you later.